Welcome back to the Everything Football Podcast, where everything we talk is football. And today, we're going to go over, you know, some key, some key reasons why Philadelphia Eagles failed in 2025, some key reasons as to why the stinky Dallas Cowboys failed in 2025. We're also going to go over a couple, some team news throughout the league and yeah, let's get right into it. We never really spent I know we've talked about many different failures of throughout the season, but we've never really spent one entire video on just everything that
Like
has
all
went
just a culmination.
right. So yeah, we're gonna go over as to why each team failed, give maybe our unbiased opinions, and maybe cover some off season things as well of how to fix it. So yeah, and first and foremost, let's take it away with some Dallas Cowboys. What happened?
Me first. Okay. As you noticed, I had to stand up to fix the camera. It's fucking who knows why that's happening. But anyway, yeah, we know the main gripe of the entire season was his defense. It was so bad from start to finish. I mean, more like week two on because we actually played decent week one defensively. But other than that, like it's just oh my god, I never in my life witnessed a defense so bad in my life. Like multiple instances of scoring over 30 points in games and losing. It's the worst feeling in the world. It truly is. Like putting up 40 on that Packers defense and not winning that game. I was just like, dude, maybe it's not gonna happen for us this year because it's just you can't win like that when you just can't stop a soul. Now, does that mean the offense was perfect and the best thing ever? No, but they were good enough to win 12 games with any other defense in the NFL besides like the Bengals. But there were games obviously where the offense didn't show up. Like the Arizona game and the Denver game they played bad, but also I was just we got just our ass kicked that game. That was just
Did
bad.
you did you know that the Dallas Cowboys had obviously a top five offense overall in the league, but one of the worst red zone offenses
Yes,
in the
yes, I
entire
did know
league?
that. That I did know that. It is very. It was worst on like the second half of the year. It was a lot worse. Like we were kicking field goal after field goal after field. I was like, okay, we were getting points, but like you gotta put this in the end zone. And that's one thing that you can improve on. And we were still top five, and that's so it's more imperfect offensively, but it's more. I mean, first year play caller, head coach type of thing. Well, it was not a first year play caller, but first year head coach. It's well, I mean, I'm sure we'll improve on that, but like that's the only complaint about the offense. Then the defense, you can literally defensive line bad linebackers. Kenneth Murray is the worst person to ever touch the football in his life. Secondary was bad, and hopefully the new DC hire can change that a little bit because we have some talent. But we'll see. I mean, Savone Revel, I like. Deron Bland can maybe regain that form. Maybe kick him inside again, put him back in the nickel like he was his rookie year. We'll see. But yeah, going through all these games, I mean, it was just week after week. I remember that the week one game, I felt okay after that game. I was like, okay, banner night, opening night, we didn't get cooked, and we could have won that game. If a couple other things maybe went our way. If Booby Sanders wasn't still playing for the Eagles, maybe we at least we could have won. Or Lamb caught the ball once in a while, but again, it wasn't like the most heartbreaking loss. It was more like we wanted that one win so bad, but it really like losing that game the way we did really didn't hurt us in like oh my god no we lost. Like it was just like okay, we actually went out there and we played competitively and we looked like a decent team out there against a team that was just in the Super Bowl last year and beat the shit out of the Chiefs. So felt good after that game. I was like, okay, don't like losing, but we didn't get cooked. And then we go against a Giant. I'm like, okay, we're gonna just destroy the Giants. And then we have a fucking classic against them. Like, okay, well, got the
That
win.
was
And then
great. That was
that
great.
game, that was a fun one. It was a fun one, but I just wish it was. I just wish we were. We looked a little bit better defensively, and we just get Russell Wilson throw for like 450. Like, are you serious? Malik Neighbors looked like the second
Oh
coming
yeah.
of Randy Moss. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, what are we looking at? And then Like that was all secondary, like all secondary, man. Like, what are you guys doing? Just getting absolutely fried. Like Donovan Wilson in single high, bad. Diggs did not play well at all that game, but he was good. But it wasn't just Diggs' fault because the Diggs the safety was never there. Like Donovan Wilson was never there, and it was just because he can't play single high, he can't do it, and they keep trying him there, and
He's
he
a
can't
free
do it.
agent, right?
Yeah, he's fucking
He's free.
he's a free agent. Yeah, if he's not, then cut
You
his
want
ass.
him back?
I want him gone.
Well,
Unless you can turn him into that. Unless you can just turn him into the Reed Blankenship because he's just a hard hitting. Say like he's not a deep safety. He's a box safety. Do not play him single high because he can't cover for shit. He just can't do it. He just can't do it. So it's either ship him off or use him correctly. And if he's a free agent, I would just let him go and just like, all right, just move on and go play somewhere else because there's just no need for him to be on this team anymore. He's just so I don't know. He's a fun player when he's used correctly, but they don't use him correctly. So just get him off the team. See what game are we on? I know week 3 we just that was a game where the offense didn't play well. Defense didn't play well either.
I hear you.
We got blown out. And then I was like, oh shit, our season's over. We're gonna get blown out by Green Bay on Sunday Night Football, and there's your season. It's over. Wraps. Goodbye. Season done. And then beginning of the game, 13-0. I'm like, oh dude. And then we blocked that extra point, and then it's 13-2. I'm like, oh shit. And then we go right down the field. Pickens had that crazy catch over 2 guys. I'm like, okay, this is fun. So I was like, you know what? If we're gonna be bad, let's just at least be bad and be fun. You know, let's go put some points up and be bad. And then we get that fumble, and then we take the lead. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute, we're winning. It's halftime, we're winning. And then basically from that point on, there wasn't a stop for the rest of the football game. Literally, there wasn't a stop. Both sides, there was not a stop at all. I'm like, actually, there was a stop. Actually, opening drive, second half, we got stopped. But then after that, no one got stopped the first of the game. It was touchdown, 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 and then the field goal and then the 2 field goals from overtime and shit. Oh my god. That game was so fun, but it sucked so bad.
Yeah,
We
that
couldn't
was.
get off the field.
I
And
loved watching. I loved hate watching that one. That was a fun one.
it was a fun one. That was George. That was the Pickens breakout game. I was like, yo, George Pickens looks like the real deal. I was like, I wanted him extended after that game, but I knew they were never gonna do it because the business and stuff. You gotta let him play out the season and maximize his money. And we're gonna see how much we're gonna pay this guy now, but. Yeah, it was really, really one of those games where I'm like, man, I would love to win that one, because then like, if you think now, that game, if we would have won that game, we could have snuck into the playoffs because the Green Bay after Micah got hurt kind of collapsed a little bit, and they finished 9-7-1, and we were what 7-9 and 1. But then again, we would have played that Giants game more competitively instead of resting stars and all that shit. Maybe we could have snatched their spot, but it's whatever. The ties are stupid. We know that. It's not anyone's fault. That's just the NFL being stupid and having ties in 2026. That's on them. So, yeah, I don't know. But week 5, we beat the balls off the Jets. Jets are really bad, but we beat the shit out of them. So we'll take that. And then don't even get me started. The fucking Panthers game. Oh my god, that game sucked. That game sucked the life out of me. That was just horrible. Oh my god, the defense couldn't get off the field in that game. And then the worst part is we had the chance to win the game, and then we called 3 screens and lost like 10 yards at the punt. That sucked. Yeah, it was just that was the game where Pickens was like hurdling over people, making these ridiculous catches. Yeah, that was a fun offensive game that was ruined. You can say that the whole year, and then we beat the shit out of the Commanders. They stink. The Commanders are like actually bad. I knew it. I knew they were gonna be bad, and you saw from the Jets game and the Commanders game, like if you play decent defense, we can win you games. All you gotta do, just get a couple key stops and we'll win games. And you would think that momentum will go into Denver. It did not. We got beat the fuck out of us. We got
Yeah,
destroyed. We got smoked.
that was a night. That was a nightmare for you guys.
Yeah, we got
Definitely.
absolutely destroyed in that game, and I thought we were gonna win that one, especially because we got off to a good start. We got a turnover quick, then we got 3 because, of course, we did because we can't score in the red zone, so we got 3, and then then Denver scores, and then yeah, Denver then they had that big RJ Harvey run. It was like, okay, it's 14-3. I'm like, this game's over. Then we scored. We go, okay, touchdown, 14-10. And then yeah, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And but the good thing about that game though, Joe Milton had that crazy throw to Jalen Tolbert, and so shout out to Joe Milton. But yeah, it just wasn't a good one. After that was the Arizona game. Oh my god, the Arizona game that sucked. Like that truly was just the worst game ever. And that was
Yeah, it was great.
I thought the season was over after that. I was like, oh, season's over. I mean, the season was over after that, but they just extended. We'll get to that, but the season that was like Arizona. That was their only win. Like they started off 2-0, right? And they finished what 3-14, and that was their only win from their two from
Yep.
that. That's ridiculous. Like that is embarrassing. Arizona owns us.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they own
great.
us. Like it's so
That was
bad.
great.
Yeah, that was a game. Offense did not play well in that game at all. Offense was terrible. They were just bad. It's just straight up. Defense was not good either, but that's why you get blown out. But yeah, bad. And then the worst possible thing ever happens with Marshawn passing away. That was really bad. And he scored in that Cardinals game. That like screwed up everything. Marshawn Nealon dying was like I've never seen that before in my life. A player dying in the middle of the season. Like that's just it was very very devastating. And yeah, it was very rough. I'm sure
Hmm.
for the team. I mean, I don't really watch Hard Knocks like that because I'm not. It doesn't really interest me. But maybe should have. But I'm sure I'm very curious on how the team handled. I heard that Shoddy was very good in handling it, which is good. Which is good. Happy to have a coach like that. 'Cause I'm sure Jason Garrett would have fucking. Who knows how? I don't even want to know how Garrett or McCarthy would have handled something like that. Honestly, you would never know. But yeah, we seem to have a good coach. I like Shoddy. Hopefully we set him up for success because it hasn't been a thing with other previous coaches where they get set up for failure. Shout out Jerry Jones, the classic quote I have every year. But yeah, it's crazy. And then we
Then they start. Yep. Then they started getting their hopes up.
yeah.
Let's hear this. Let's
Yeah,
hear
that
the
fucking
story.
yeah. Here we go. Actually, I'll be honest about that one. The deadline comes. The deadline comes.
This is where everything turned around.
Now the deadline. Now I didn't like buy and like, oh my god, we're gonna just win out and be crazy. Like when the deadline came, I was like, okay, we just got Quinn and fucking Williams. Are you kidding me? And then we kept our 2 first round picks this year, and then I was like, okay, that's very smart because you give up a first round pick next year because you're just like, you know what, this season's over. We're 3-5. We're gonna just get Quinnen now and be good next year. Fine, it makes sense. You still because you have 2 first round picks next year. You can dangle one. You give up a second round pick. We suck in the second round of the drafts, so fuck that pick, and then you keep your 2 1s. And if you're bad, you get top 10 pick or whatever. Or we end up getting 12, and you still have that Green Bay pick, and that actually ended up working out for us too because Green Bay fell apart. So it was a very good move. Winning, going for trying to win or not. It's similar to the Amari Cooper move, but that really worked out. That was crazy. So
So you have
it,
two this year and no first round of next year.
No, we have one. We have either we have the lower basically the higher pick in that trade goes to the Jets. So whoever's pick
Okay.
is later is the pick that we're gonna have. So yeah,
Right.
the Jets have fucking 3 1s next year. So that's good on them.
That's good, dude. That's
Yeah.
really good.
They have 2 this year and 3 next year. So they're in a good spot. They just can't blow it up. They just can't fuck it up. But yeah, we got Quinnen. And then we go into that Raiders game. The Raiders are just we know how bad they are, but we went out there. We took care of business. Defense played a solid game against the worst quarterback in the league, in Geno Smith, and he didn't light us up, which has been the problem all year with quarterbacks having if you look at every quarterback that we played, their best game, besides a few, were against us. I know Hurst's best games were against Minnesota, but Russell Wilson, Caleb Williams. You look at their numbers. Caleb had 4 ties against us. Bo Nix had 4 touchdowns against us. Herbert, we're gonna get to that. All these guys had their best games against us, and it was embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. And to see Gino not lay us up I'm like, okay, maybe we're turning a corner here. Obviously, the Raiders are bad, but played well. Quinnen played well. Everybody played well. We got offense put up 37, I think that game, 33, whatever. Same thing. I was like, okay, now we're gonna play the Eagles now, and I'm like, okay, I beg we win this game because I don't want to get swept fully healthy because that's just not a good feeling. So I was like, let's hope we can win this one. I was hopeful that we're like I didn't think we were gonna like torch them or anything. I was like, okay, maybe we can stay competitive because the Eagles' offense is just that bad that we can maybe stay alive. And then we go down 21-0. I'm like, well, this season's shot, and I want to hurt myself, and I want to leave the house. And we ended up coming back in an absolute thriller and winning the game. And I'm like, okay, hold on, maybe we're back. We're back. We just fucking came back. We got some revenge for week 1. We got
They're back.
we had Philadelphia in shambles for a little bit. You know, like the fan base wise, and like there's like, no, I can't believe we lost that game. Oh, everyone was crying. It was fun. That was a fun one. That was a fun win. That win, it felt good to get that one.
It
But
was
again,
more of an Eagles loss than
it
a
was. I mean,
Dallas
yeah,
win.
you can say that. That's fair to say. But
21-0, being up 21-0 and losing, it's inexcusable.
yeah, not
So
scoring a singular point from the point they scored. That was bad. It was bad. But my favorite part of that game was the George Pickens just killing everybody because CD Lamb once again decided to drop the ball all day. So he did have the nice controversial catch against that play was fucked because the pass interference called on. I think that was one on DeJean was called on, and then Lamb low key pushed off. But the point about that is that we had a free play and they didn't call the offside. So I don't know. That play was just messed up. I don't know, but that was the one good play Lamb made all game. But Pickens was just unbelievable. He had a touchdown. He caught the ball over the exciting whites. That was interesting. That was my favorite part. Like probably my favorite catch of the whole season for George Pickens. Just he's such a freak. He's such a freak, and I love watching him play. And he'll be here next year. I know he will be. So that's good. Uh, and then then Thanksgiving comes to play, and then like okay, Patrick Mahomes coming into town. We haven't beat the Chiefs in a while actually. Probably, the last time we beat the Chiefs was 2017. So I was like, okay, let's go and win this. So the Chiefs are not as good as this year. I'm like, this is certainly winnable. I forget if we were favored or not. We probably weren't because Vegas loves the Chiefs, so the Chiefs were probably favored. But yeah, I was hopeful. I was like, but at the same time, I was hopeful. But if we're gonna make the playoffs, the game that we can lose is the Chiefs because they're AFC team. So it's like, okay, if we're gonna win out, or if we're gonna lose a game, it has to be here. And then we ended up going out. We played pretty damn well, and we won that game. Dak played well. Pickens again was great. Lamb had a really good redemption game. He played well. He was cooking McDuffie all day. Future Cowboy apparently. I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see if Kizzy's right about that. I don't know. I love McDuffie on the team, but yeah,
future
we played.
cat. What?
That's what Kizzy
What?
said. Kizzy was like, yeah, he's gonna go to the Cowboys. I was like, okay, we'll see about that. I don't know. I would love him, but
What?
then that means the Chiefs will have no corners. So I don't know who the hell they're gonna roll out there. They already traded Steed last year, so I guess they're gonna trade McDuffie too. So who the frig knows?
He's a low
But
key. He's a low key Cowboys fan.
he might be. Yeah, it could be a second team.
Yeah,
Shout out Kiss.
he's low
Shout out,
key a
I like
Cowboy
KC.
guy.
The only thing is I like KC too. That's why it works. But yeah,
I don't.
yeah, I can imagine why. But I'm sure if I played them in the Super Bowl, maybe I wouldn't like them as much. But we'll see. If we ever get to the Super Bowl ever again, we'll see about that. But yeah, it's that game was good. And I remember that play to Javante. I remember we were in the red zone. It was what it was 21-20, and we had the Dak was under pressure. He got out, threw the ball to Javante, beautiful, and then 2-point conversion, rolled out, toe drag swag by Pickens. Oh my God, I was like, yo, we're gonna win this game. And then we get the ball back, and then we get the field goal up by 10, and then the Chiefs score. We get the ball back. We don't give it back. We win the game. Great. I guess who clinched it for us? You know who? Georgie Poo. And then I'm like, okay, 6-5, and one, of course. Here and now we're gonna go to Detroit in a game and a team against a team that I fucking despise. I hate the Lions more than a lot of teams in the league. They're probably my third least favorite team, below the Packers and
and
Eagles.
and this was actually this game right here was actually the turning point of our prediction show
Yes, it
because
was actually.
you were very in on thinking you were going to go into Detroit and beat the Lions, and I was like, nah, nah, nah. Let's think better here. And then that's when the whole prediction show took a 180.
A 180. Yeah, that's very true. It was
Yep.
really unfortunate that game. That game sucked, and once again, the defense came back to haunt us because we put up 30 points and took an L. Because why? Because we couldn't stop a soul. They were running wild on us. The good stuff that we were doing in those 3 game winning streak, the good stuff that we were doing was just magically gone, and that's when you knew like, okay, Eberflus's out. He's just this guy's a stubborn mule because he adjusted for it looked like he made some good adjustments for those 3 games, and he's like, all right, we're gonna go back to what's not working, and it just made no sense to me, and we were just playing, and then also we also, I mean, we scored 30, but we were also kicking a lot of field goals, but again, still 30 is 30, and it's still 30 points, 30 points, and obviously you want to get touchdowns, but I'm not mad. I'll never be mad at putting up 30 points in a game. And if we lose, then it's not the offense's fault because I don't know. It's just it sucks. And I remember we came back too. It was what third. We made it 30-27. We came back, made a 3-point game, and what happens? Right down the field, they couldn't get one stop, and now it's 37-27. Then again, we get the ball back. We go get 3 because we just some bullshit in the red zone. But again, we made it a 1 possession game again. Hey, defense, 1 stop. What do? Right down the field, touchdown, game over. We lose, and I'm like, okay, that's how we're gonna play. And I'm like, this season's over because, and I was a fool for thinking that the defense was improved. Fool, stupid. And
Yeah,
then we
you
fucking lose to the
yeah.
Vikings. It's like, okay, the Vikings just
That
hook us. I'm like, yo,
that
this defense
that
sucks.
that was the game where you really that like the Lions loss was bad, but the Vikings won. That ended the season
Yeah,
because
because we
and
we
when
could
you
we could
when
have
you needed
survived.
when you needed the guys to show up with the season on the line, they didn't do it as usual. Cowboys in December, baby. They
Yeah,
they went. You guys were what in December? You won like what
one
one
and
game,
three.
and it
We won
was
that we won that Christmas
yeah.
Day game.
Yep, that's classic Cowboys right there in December.
We couldn't stop shit. Like literally, JJ McCarthy
Oh yeah,
nine cooked us, and I was like, that's really bad. Like offense again didn't play well, but what do we have? 20. What was the final score of that game? I don't even want to remember. I think it was 34-26, which the Vikings putting up
something
34
like that.
points.
Yeah.
34 points by Minnesota is just. I mean, oh my god, that's how bad you have to be on defense to allow that to fucking happen. That's why I'm like, yo, we could have survived. Like we could have survived the loss to the Lions because the Lions fucking fell apart at the end of the year too. So it's really a shame. And then the Chargers game, season's already over. Chargers game comes up, same problems. Herbert has like a fucking career day. Of course he does. Has his best game of the season against our defense because our defense sucks. And offense, they play well. And they had a good first half, not good second half. I think we were ahead at some point. I think we were up 17-14, I think. And then we just didn't score for the rest of the game. I was like, okay, it's great.
That was no pressure, Dak, right there.
I'm sure whatever,
And
yeah,
then
whatever you say.
Ethan had a conniption. Ethan had a conniption that day. Oh, he went absolutely ape shit that
Oh,
day.
don't even
You should have
remind
saw.
me.
You should have read the text messages. Oh man.
Yeah, that's not ever gonna get seen ever. When I did go ape. I mean, it was just I was so fucking annoyed. Oh my god, just watching that team play, and then what? Christmas Day happens. That game fucking sucked ass. Yeah, and we still. I mean,
Horrible.
it was just not fun to watch. We got the win, but again, doesn't matter. And then the Giants game. That was actually the best game of the season because we fucking ruined their draft. We literally ruined the Giants come out and they win and they and they ruined their draft positioning. So and they actually helped us out a lot. We get 12 because if we won that game, we were picking at like 15, 16. So we'll take that shit any day. And now we're in the off season and now you got to improve the team. And how do you do that? I mean, defense, 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 obviously, but also you got to keep in mind you got to bring back. We have 2 key guys in George Pickens and Javante who need to be signed. And Pickens is going to get tagged. We know that. But Javante, I think Javante honestly kind of owes us a little bit because like we kind of revived his career a little bit. So I think he should let us. Not he shouldn't really. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously get your money, but don't screw us. Like kind of like if we're gonna be stupid, give us a little leeway because like we did kind of we kind of saved you a little bit. So we deserve whatever you want, we'll give it to you, but like don't snake us in free agency, please, because we saved your career and we deserve
Right.
that credit. So, and then Pickens is going to be complicated, I'm sure. He's going to get tagged, and then the combine's going to come, and then it's going to be be all that. We'll see what happens there. The trade stuff, don't even worry about that. I mean, I'm not worried about that because that happened once, and and we already have like our players like C. Lamb going is Pickens coming back, and Lamb goes, yeah, he doesn't have a choice. Dax Prescott said that, yeah, like if he has to get involved, he'll get involved. So it seems like there's a lot
Oh
riding on
man.
it. So he said, like, so basically, if this goes wrong, it not only will it ruin a lot for just George Pickens, it would also just kind of ruin the team a little bit because then you're gonna have an unhappy quarterback, an unhappy receiver one, and I'm sure, and then a bunch of unhappy fans. So they have no choice but to sign this guy. They know that, and they have to get it done. Now, when it gets done is always up for debate. Because I mean, if you get it done in March, you can maximize your cap space. Will they do that? Probably not. It'll probably get done during the summer. Because the tag extension deadline is in July, and that's probably when it'll get done, honestly. But as long as it gets done, I'm okay with because I mean, I want them to spend in free agency, but they're not going to go crazy. So whatever cap space is created from that extension won't be very beneficial, honestly. So knowing how they go in free agency, so we'll see.
Right.
But the cap space creation that'll that's just going to come from Dak and Lamb. You restructure Dak to clear up a lot. Lamb clear up a lot. You can do it Bland and Smith as well. Tyler Smith clear. You can restructure that. Clear up some Osa as well. You cut guys like not like Terrence Steele, which I mean maybe you keep him. We'll see because he's more of a post June 1st guy, which means the money won't be available until after June 1st. So that's that. And then just let Christian Parker get some of his guys to improve his defense. You bring the Kobe
What happened?
audio, and my mic just goes, oh, it switched over. That's back. All right, it's back. Whatever. Okay, who cares, right? Just resume. So getting guys like N'Kobe Dean and Reed Blankenship, obviously former Eagles, which is unfortunate, but that's where we got our DC from. So you gotta just stomach that and get some guys who I know are good. I mean Blankenship, I'm not really huge on, but if he knows the scheme, he knows the scheme, and he could be a leader. So honestly, I'm fine with it. N'Kobe Dean's the guy that I think he's more the prize there. Still young, still has a lot of growing to do, and I'm sure he's a good player. So I would love to have him on the team. And there's other free agents available that I'm not sure who would fit the scheme as well as obviously the two guys that came from the scheme, but I know Jalen Phillips, which is that's just not happening because he's gonna want so much money, and I'm just like there's no need for that because like he's gonna get how much a year, and he's not even an upper like it's not one of those like top pass rushers. So there's no need for him to get like 25 million a year. Like I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Yeah. If he goes up to into the 20, past 25, into the 30s, yeah, a year, I wouldn't
Just
bring him
yeah.
back.
I
I'd
I
look out.
just
I'd look elsewhere. But if
yeah.
it's under 25, yeah, I would definitely consider bringing him back to Philly.
The most I feel like the Eagles would go is probably 20. The most the Cowboys would go is like
Yeah,
10. we're not gonna go after that
yeah.
motherfucker. I'll tell you that. We're not gonna go anywhere near that guy. But yeah, Jalen Phillips, he'll fit though. He worked under Fangio, even with Miami too, so it makes sense. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting offseason, and I hope we just need some new starters. Obviously, and then the draft. Obviously, you gotta nail the draft. You have 2 first-round picks. Make it work. Do not blow the draft. We need just you just gotta just go back to your ways of no more Monty Smiths, okay? No more Taco Charltons, okay? We need hopefully we get I mean I would love if we get Mansour Delaney at 12. Caleb Downs, that's a pipe dream. It's just like it's kind of like the Ashton Genty of last year. He's not gonna fall. He's just not falling. But if he does, obviously you take him. Obviously best player in the drafts. Oh, in our board,
Sorry,
obviously. But
you missed on Mozzie Smith. It's looking like we missed on our first round pick, our second first round pick that year too. Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith is looking like a little busty so far.
yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm not giving Nolan Smith an extension right now. I'm picking up the option year. I'm letting him play out those last 2 years, and then we'll see what happens from there. And I would definitely consider him in a sending him off in a trade for players that we'll talk about later.
Yeah, all
Definitely,
right.
Nolan
We'll
Smith.
definitely we'll definitely get to that in a second because I'm going on for a while and we are really bad. That's why. But yeah, nail
Yeah.
your picks
So,
and make it happen.
so what's the overall takeaway? Why did the Dallas Cowboys fail in 2025?
Roster construction. I mean, offense. You built it correctly. You had a good running back, a good running game, good passing game. Offensive line was serviceable. They held up. They held up. But obviously, as that gets older, he can still move around. But as he gets older, that might come down a little bit. So I let the offensive line to improve. But I don't see what move they will make because we have a lot of young guys. Guyton's young. Tyler Smith's all pro. Obviously, he's really good. Cooper Beebe young. Booker's a rookie, very good rookie. And then Steele was just ass, but we can deal with it. He's good. He's good. He's a good run blocker, so we can kind
Right.
of live with that. So yeah, so hopefully we just get some offensive improvement, and the offense is fine. Just bring back Javante, and we're fine. But defense, the defense is so bad that it just ruined the season. I mean, you can't third down defense was horrible. It was the worst defense in the league points per game wise. We give up like what 30 a game. Can't
Yep.
do that. Can't do it. And if you can get the defense close to league average next year, you have a shot to be a playoff team, and that's the goal. Obviously, you want more than that, but second-year head coach getting to the playoffs is the goal. So it's all about improving and getting better. Obviously, you can't fix it. You cannot go from the worst defense in the league, the top 5, top 10 in one off season, unless Christian Parker
Right.
is literally the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. But I believe in him, and I think he can get us to at least league average or close to league average, and that would be good enough for his first season. Hopefully, it's not good enough to get him a head coaching job because that would suck. Because I want him to be here for a couple years, but we'll see.
He's going to get, if he's good, he's getting a head coaching job. I hope you know.
Oh, I know. I mean, if we're top 10 next year defensively, he's gone. I know that for a fact. I know.
That's
I
that's
know.
that's why I feel like the Eagles were so quick that they were kind of okay with him going because they
Yeah.
know he's probably just going to get a head coaching job. Yes, that's but so yeah, so expect him if he's good, expect him to get a head coaching job. I'm just going to tell you that.
Hopefully, if he's good, he just stays one more year. Just go, hey, just kind of like, hey, one more year. It's like if we're a playoff team, like, hey, can you stay one more year, make a Super Bowl push, please? But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I felt that way about Shane Steichen and Kellen Moore, and
Yeah, and they're
so
gone. Yeah,
so
but like you got the prize with
anyway,
it though, so it's different. At least you
yeah,
got the
we
ring.
did,
They did what they got to
but
do. So all right, now it's time for me to sit
yeah.
back and relax and enjoy this show.
Anyway, yeah, that was a crazy Cowboys tyrant. I kind of just let you take over. I'm sitting here watching USA hockey against Sweden. But
uh,
USA just scored, so that's pretty
there you go.
good.
That's
But
good.
yeah,
There you go, baby.
I kind of just let you take over. But anyway, switching
Eagles
gears
time.
into some Eagles talk.
2 hour video
I'm just gonna
incoming.
I'm gonna ask you real quick.
Oh me. Okay,
What
wait. I have
what
to
do you
sit back up.
Yeah, you're gonna speak just a little bit more for a couple seconds here. What happened to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2025?
Their
I
offense
just want to
completely
hear from
fell
you
off. The
quickly.
offense was so bad. Like they couldn't move the ball at all. The one good half thing was just ridiculous. It was all year, all year. Like oh we're gonna show up for one half. Like it's something like their opening scripts were actually pretty good. So they would come out ready to play, and then it's like okay we're in the second quarter. We're playing against a good team, so they were able to adjust well. A couple of we had the punt there, the punt here. So now how do we adjust to their adjustments, and they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it the whole year. The whole year. I mean, their offense got outcoached by Matt Eberflus. That's when it's just not a good unit, unfortunately. And it's just the defense played really well, and defense won them so many games, and the offense couldn't do it for them. Kind of just like basically the opposite of us. Our offense won us a lot of games. Defense, hey guys, we're offense is not as good today. Can you get us a win? No, they
Right.
couldn't get us a win. And that's how it is.
You're
And
right.
that's what happened to the
You're
Eagles. Hey,
absolutely right.
and it's a shame. I mean, it's a shame
Yeah,
for you, not a shame for me, but it was funny to watch. The Patullo stuff was hilarious all year. I mean, that guy was
yeah,
a
it was,
complete clown. I don't know what the fuck he was even. I can't believe he's that. He's been there for how many years? He's witnessed
He
the
was he was the passing
Snyder's.
game guy since since Hurts's first
That's
year as a
crazy
starter,
to
I
me.
think.
Like
Yeah.
Steichen, he experienced it, the BS with Johnson. He was there for Kellen Moore, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna just be the worst out of all three of those guys. Like, it just makes no sense. I don't know, man. That was just yeah. I don't know. But yeah, the offense
Yeah,
just
that
really disappointing.
for me, after we won the Super Bowl and hired Kellen Moore, like what, a week or two later. I mean, not Kellen Moore. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys.
Kevin
Kevin
Patullo.
Patullo. Kevin Patullo. We hired Kevin Patullo. What, 2 weeks later?
It's very
I
quick.
I thought
Very
nothing.
quick.
I thought nothing of it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, hopefully he just does what Kellen Moore did, and younger guy, fresh new mind. Nah, this was the root of all hell, right? Right here.
The root of all hell.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go through every single game because we've had the same issues. I mean, the whole season. It was the same thing. What we started, 4-0, then we had a hiccup, won a couple more games, then we had like what, a 3-4 game losing streak, was it?
Yeah, it was
Something
what?
like
It was
that.
4-0, 4-2, and then 8-2, and then 8-5, right? And that the Chargers game.
Yeah,
Oh, the Chargers game. Please talk about the Chargers game at some point. I can't wait to hear that,
yeah.
man.
Well, I'll cover that. Don't you worry. So yeah, had a couple hiccups, brought it back, ended up winning the division, first back-to-back winner of the NFC since 2004, something like that. And yeah, went into the playoffs, and offense downfall again. I mean, couldn't get nothing going against a practice squad Niners defense, one of the worst defenses all year. Couldn't get nothing going against them, and it was a shame because they were just in a shootout with just watching them a couple weeks prior in a shootout with Chicago, and their defense looked horrible. Like,
Yeah.
the Niners
Mm-hmm.
defense was horrible, and then yeah, we couldn't take advantage of it. So yeah, that was a big downfall. Obviously, the offense. What else happened with the Eagles? I have my notes here. Nick Sirianni's dumb decision making, particularly talking about the last week, not when everybody was playing for seeding, and this guy just didn't seem to care to play for seeding. Everybody was playing for seeding the last week, and we just we don't need the two seed.
Yeah.
We're good.
We don't gotta play
Yeah,
Green Bay, the team that we literally dominated a couple weeks, like 8 weeks ago.
right.
Fuck that. You
It
don't
was
gotta play.
it just that kind of rubbed me. Yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way, as well as a lot of other fans I know. Yeah, that was not. And of course, Sirianni did he wasn't very. He got too, he got too comfortable. He won a Super Bowl. He was like, all right, I could do whatever I want now. We're back to this, and then yeah, just it blew up in his face. Um, Poor offensive line play. I mean, we went from being the most dominant offensive line in the league to the most undisciplined and banged up offensive line in the league. I mean, injuries had a lot to do with it. Dickerson, Jurgens, they dealt with stuff all year. Obviously, Lane Johnson, arguably the best player on the entire team, missed a lot of time this year. And yeah, just couldn't get nothing going with the offensive line. Jordan Mailata had a down year. Losing Mekhi Becton and replacing him with Tyler Steen. I mean, Steen is okay, but Mekhi Becton was better from last year. So yeah, that was big. What else? Uh, Obviously the AJ Brown distraction BS
Yeah.
all year. I mean,
God, that was
we got
torture. I can
we
imagine.
love AJ Brown, but like it was a little distracting. Like he wasn't he was very frustrated with the offense, and he made that
It's a
known pretty
she show.
much
It's
every
a
week.
she show.
Yeah, he made that known mostly every week, and you know, it was a lot of unnecessary drama that came along with into the Eagles, the locker room, the atmosphere, and that it just wasn't needed. And not saying that I don't agree with AJ Brown, just a lot of us didn't agree with how he went about it.
Yeah.
But got to clean it up. Got to clean up that stuff. Got to a way to fix. We got to bolster the offensive line in free agency in the draft. Maybe bring Makai Becton back. Maybe we'll see. I mean, now that Stoutland's gone, it's like who knows what's going
Yeah,
to happen with the
who
offensive
knows?
line now. I mean, we lost like probably the best, if not like one of the best coaches in the entire league. If he is
Best
the best,
assistant,
if not one of the
one of the
best.
best assistants. One of the best assistant coaches in the
Yeah,
league for sure.
right. So yeah, that was that's a big detriment right there. And yeah, so um but yeah, if you want to talk about that Chargers game real quick, I mean, shit.
Oh my god,
I
that was
mean,
so crazy.
obviously that was one of Hertz's, that was probably Hertz's worst game of his career. I mean,
Yeah, bad. It was not
definitely.
good.
I mean, he probably we were calling for this guy to get benched in like after like the third interception. It was like he looked so rattled. He didn't know like it was like okay, I mean, if you want to bench him, put McKee out there for a little bit, just to see, like just give Hurts a rest, give him a breather for a second because yeah, it really was that bad. I mean, but regardless, Hurts is our guy. It wasn't to replace Hurts. It was just to you know see if somebody else could be better right now because whatever we were doing was not working clearly.
Nobody else.
Um, yeah, I mean that was a game to try to help you bounce back from the losing streak you were already on, and it just continued the losing streak that game pretty much. I mean, yeah, the interceptions obviously horrible, and then when game went to overtime, it was crazy because the defense was so good, we still had an opportunity to win the game. But no matter, like even how bad the offense played, the AJ Brown drops in that game to seal it, Hurts turnovers, yeah,
The third and 15
we
though in
still,
overtime. The third and 15. You
yeah,
remember? Talk about the third. You remember that shit? You're like, oh, we're gonna
yeah,
win this game. Hurts
yeah,
is
we
back.
still had an opportunity to win, and yeah, that's you know Hertz was in overtime, and Hertz was doing his thing. He was making the throws. We get to a crucial third and 15. Nice laser across the middle to Devontae Smith for the first down to save the entire game. Yeah, was that third? Was that that was a third?
It was
Right, that was
third.
a
It was
third
third.
down.
I remember.
Yeah, it
I
was a third
remember it
down.
being third in the
Yeah,
score. It was definitely third. Oh, and then that idiot
yeah,
went offside for the charge. Remember that? When you remember that? Was that fourth down? Was that fourth and four? That
yeah.
moron
That
went
was on
offside.
fourth down.
I
Yeah,
was
that
getting
was
ready
on
to
fourth
rage.
down.
I was getting ready to go like 10-1 Chiefs versus Eagles rage back from 2023. I was like, are you kidding me? Because keep in mind, we were still alive at the time, so I was like, oh, come on, San Diego or LA, come please get the win, please, please, please. Yeah, I was begging the Chargers to win that game, and they're doing everything they can to lose that game. And
Yeah,
thank
I
God.
mean, yeah, the Chargers did do everything they could to lose that game. We had a big break there on that penalty and crept into the red zone, and then of course Hertz did the one thing that he shouldn't have did there, turned the ball over, and game was over right there. Just not great. But yeah, that was a
Heartbreak.
Chargers game. Definitely, probably the worst game of the year, I'd say, outside of the playoff game. Yeah. So yeah, just that just goes more on with the same issues we've seen the whole year with bad offensive line play, um, terrible decision making with offensive play calls, Nick Sirianni being a dumbass. Yeah, so these were pretty much the downfall of the Eagles season, and not to mention also Howie Roseman not having a great offseason. I mean, he was very passive, let a lot of guys go, replaced them with guys that weren't as good.
Adoree
Like you
Jackson.
replace, yeah, you replace Slay with a Dory Jackson. He went the cheap route. Like we could have had Isaiah Rogers back. Isaiah Rogers got a 1 year $10 million deal from Minnesota. We could have paid that. Like
Yeah.
that was just dumb, very dumb. You traded C.J. Gardner Johnson a year or two early. The guy had 2 years left on the contract, and Howie was thinking, down the road about the cap hits that came with that contract, and yeah, like he just was trying to save money too early with that, and that was a mistake because he was like the heartbeat of the defense last year, as he
Yeah.
was in 2022. It's like he really now they're talking about this offseason about bringing CJ back. Like I don't think they're gonna bring CJ back, but like imagine if the key to the Super Bowl was like having CJ on the
That
team. What if
fucking
that's like the
asshole. Yeah, that
key?
would be.
What if that's
Uh,
like the key to everything? Have you ever thought of that?
I mean, how impactful can he be? What does he say to these players in the locker room to get them going? What is he like? There's no way. That they got rid of him twice. Like I'm so like he's the most confused. I don't even who knows who the frig knows. I don't know.
He is definitely one of the most confusing guys in the entire league. But yeah, it's like what if he's really the key to going to the Super Bowl? It's really makes you wonder sometimes.
It does
but
make it does. It really truly does.
but yeah, that's those are pretty much the downfall of the team in 2025. Went into the playoffs, couldn't even defend your championship, and couldn't even win one playoff game. And yeah, that was it. Um, let's I guess we get into some guys key free agents this off
Yep.
season.
Who they got? Who they
Um,
got?
it's Dallas Goddard, Jalen Phillips, N'Kobe Dean, Reed Blankenship, Brandon Graham, Jahan Dotson, Fred Johnson, Braden Mann.
Who's back?
Those
Tell me who's back.
there are some more free agents, but these are guys are like the key, to
Yeah.
me.
There's more like
So
extra squad guys and shit. Yeah.
I'm actually going to tell you in order to keep these guys, at least some of these guys, the key to that would be to we the first couple moves we can make is cutting that corner that we traded for at the trade deadline,
Michael
Michael
Carter.
Carter.
Michael Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, you cut him. That apparently saves you a ton of money. So that's the first move. Got to cut him, and then extending Jordan Davis,
Okay. Yeah.
moving his contract and giving him an extension that he very much deserves. By the way,
Yep.
yes, that
Okay.
also
Yep.
saves you money. That also
Important.
saves you a ton of money. So after you do those first couple moves, then we can get into the free agents. And actually, if you didn't know, bringing Dallas Goddard back actually saves you money instead of letting him go. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
No, I did not. Uh.
Yeah. So, however the numbers work, I'm not very good with cap and all that stuff. Apparently, it saves you money to keep Dallas Goddard and instead of letting him go. So, that's something to definitely consider. I mean, I would love to have Dallas Goddard back, and I could definitely see him being back.
Yeah.
Um, Jalen Phillips, we already discussed him earlier. It really just depends on how much money he wants. I mean, we'd
Would you
love to
tag
have
him?
Jalen
Would
Phillips. Howie never uses the franchise tag, so I don't think they're gonna.
yeah.
They literally never tag any players. I've never seen an Eagles player on a franchise tag.
Yeah. I can't even remember the last time.
Yeah, it's
Didn't
happened before, but it was a long time ago. They just don't use the franchise tag.
I'm not sure how much it would be for the edge rushers. I'm sure it would be a good amount, but I can see them if they do tag him, they won't extend him. It won't be a tag extension. It'll just be a tag and then either play on it or you're gonna get traded, type of thing. 'Cause I don't
Yeah,
see him getting a long term extension from the Eagles. There's no way. Like I think he wants the bidding. Jalen Phillips wants the bidding war. Like he is not worth
yeah,
$30 million. He's just he's a good player. He's a good player, but I'm just but if he hits free agency though, he'll get 30 because the way the market works. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
yeah, yeah. I agree. So yeah, you can bring Jalen Phillips back. I'd love to have him back. Obviously, he's a Fangio guy. Great fit. Um, made a good difference for us when we brought him in, and yeah, just depending on the money, I'm sure he'd want to be back too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with Jalen Phillips. But if he's too expensive, there is some other things that I'll talk about later because obviously the Eagles have made it known they want a pass rusher on the team, and what with like the Micah stuff, all the Micah stuff, and being aggressive towards Miles Garrett, and so yeah, we'll discuss later more about that. Um, Obviously, now we have N'Kobe Dean, Reed Blankenship. Those guys, obviously would love to have both those guys back. Reed should not cost you that much. I think Reed could
No.
definitely be back. He should not cost you that much. And so he should definitely be very doable to bring back. N'Kobe Dean, we'll see. He might want a larger chunk of money, and I know how he thinks with that. We have Jahad Campbell waiting in the wings, and we
Mhm.
still have Zach Bond and Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Smile Mundone, a lot of linebackers on the team. It's a very crowded room with linebackers, and we just used a first round pick on Jahad Campbell last year, so the door from N'Kobe Dean might not come back because of those reasons. Would I love to have him come back? Yes, he's a difference maker, and he's a great guy to have on your team. But yeah, we'll see. He also has a lot of injury concerns, so that also can play into it too. But yeah, we'll just see. Brandon Graham has already said. Um, Brandon Graham has already said if Howie makes the call, he's back. So all Howie has to do, call him up. He's back. This will be probably his last year, I can imagine. So he'll
This
never
fucking
play for
guy.
any other
Yeah.
team anyway.
Yeah.
So it's either Howie wants him or not. And he's retired. So we'll see.
If I'm
Um,
Howie, I'm doing him a favor and going just retire, buddy.
no, I would actually bring him back because on the limited snaps that he had, the guy had 3 or 4 sacks last year on the limited
Yeah.
snaps that he played. He only played like 10% of the snaps, and the guy had racked up a few sacks. That's great stuff to me, and of course
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
leadership factor.
Yeah.
So
The
to me,
leadership's
that's
good. They
that's
hire him as a
that's great
coach.
stuff to me. I would
Defensive
I would
line
love to have
coach.
BG back.
BG. Brandon Graham.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that in his future. I don't know if he's ever discussed coaching before, but I can see that in his future. Um, Jahan Dotson, one of my personal favorite
Oh
Eagles. One of my
God. Yeah.
personal favorite Eagles. He probably won't be back, but maybe we'll see. But he probably won't be back. Fred Johnson, we already know he wants to be a starter. Probably won't be back. And then Braden Mann, our punter, he deserves to be back. Should
He'll
be
be back.
brought back, in my opinion. Um, yeah. So those are kind of my predictions on some of the key free agents for the Eagles. Now we have the Eagles have just this is some little bit of breaking news. The Eagles just hired the or promoted the passing game coordinator from last year to be the quarterback coach, Parks Frazier. I know a lot of guys, a lot of fans, not too optimistic with this because of how bad the passing game was last year, and now he's going to be the quarterback coach with Jalen Hurts. So it's like we'll see. Uh, but I don't really know. We'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, I know a lot of fans and analysts not too optimistic about it, but we'll see. I mean, Nick Sirianni, he's really going all out here. Like he's really saying like this is either all going to work out or I'm just going to get fired if this all blows up. This is really like how it is. So it's like all this needs to work out or he's gone. Like that's it. So we'll see. Um, Now we can talk about a couple, potential trade targets for the Eagles, and obviously the biggest name, Max Crosby.
Yeah.
If Max
Max
Crosby
Crosby.
becomes if Max Crosby becomes available, which we have heard that he might be available, the Eagles are going to inevitably be one of the top 5 destinations for the guy. They're going to be aggressively trying to pursue him because they have made it known that they want an elite pass rusher on their team. So I expect to be in the market for Max Crosby. If Miles Garrett again becomes available, I expect the Eagles to be all over that too. We'll see if Miles Garrett becomes available, but yeah, if he is, they will definitely be
In the running,
a heavy in the running, heavy pursuer for him. Um, another trade that I just a trade that I just saw. Um, you know, a potential thing that might happen if Max Crosby, if we miss on Max Crosby, miss on Miles Garrett if he becomes available. Um, you could trade Tanner McKee. You might want to trade Tanner McKee to the Pittsburgh Steelers and get the young pass rusher Nick Herbig.
yes,
What
Nick
do you think of
Herbig.
that?
I like Nick Herbig. I've heard that report as well in Cowboys land as well. Nick Herbig wants to play, man, and they have Alex Highsmith and T.J. Watt. He wants to play. So
Right.
yeah, they have to trade him because it's either because you're not gonna take snaps away from Watt and Highsmith. So yeah, Nick Herbig wants to play. So that's a good name. It's a good name. I mean, I forgot about Nick Herbig for a while, but yeah, it's someone that I like as well. So
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, Nick Herbig. If the big names don't fall through, you could definitely go after him. And I don't know what the draft capital in the trade would look like, but I know Tanner McKee would be put into the trade and in
It'll be day two
in
probably.
return for yeah um in return for Nick Herbig. So yeah, I would definitely do that. And if all of that fails, um Bradley Chubb has just now become available because
Yep.
Miami is just, they're
Just
clearing house with
yeah, they
everybody.
just like this. Yeah, they just blew up their whole team. So okay, great.
Yeah, so they got rid of Tyreek Hill, they got rid of Bradley Chubb. Two is probably next, I'd
Two is
imagine,
next. Yeah,
right?
yeah. There's no way two is on that team next year.
I don't know what team's really going to be trading for Tua, but yeah, I'd imagine he's gone. But yeah, Miami, obviously, yeah, they're clearing house, and
Yeah,
they could have fun
I'm sure
with
the right
Kevin
hook in.
Patullo. With
Oh
Kevin
yeah, that's
Patullo
right.
being being their new passing game guy. So yeah, have fun with that. Um, yeah, that's
Yeah,
I'm just
have
gonna say
fun.
good luck.
I just forgot about that. Yeah, Kevin Patullo, the Dolphin. Good luck. Have fun.
Yep. So good luck with that. But yeah, if all else fails with the big names, and yeah, you could probably sign Bradley Chubb on the cheap. I wouldn't imagine he probably is going to cost that much. And yeah, but now we can move into some more of the AJ Brown saga.
The
And
saga.
last or earlier this week or last week too, we heard about the how AJ could potentially be moved to the Denver Broncos, and the trade is we send AJ Brown and a fifth rounder to the Broncos, and we get cornerback Riley Moss and 2026 second and a 2027 fifth we get to the Eagles. And it's like, okay. I mean, Riley Moss is a good corner, good cornerback too. He gets thrown at a lot because he plays across from Pat
Yeah.
Surtain, and he's actually pretty efficient. Like his his uh his coverage is pretty good, and yeah. So I mean, he's a good corner, but you know, still it doesn't really it doesn't interest me. Like
Yeah, no
I don't
first
want to move
round
AJ
pick.
Brown.
No first round pick's a little underwhelming, huh? You would assume this would be for a one,
Yeah,
and the two. I mean, and it's a late two as well because Denver's pretty good. So yeah, it's interesting.
yeah. So I mean, like I've said before, I'm one of the guys who doesn't see the point in moving AJ Brown and how it doesn't really benefit you going forward into next year. So yeah, AJ, I'm not I don't want to move him. So that was that news on that potential trade. But we just had a little bit of good news yesterday saying that the Eagles actually want AJ Brown to be in an Eagles uniform next season.
Yep, saw
And
that report as well.
this is according to a source, according to Derek Guns. He said that AJ Brown should definitely be in an Eagles uniform next year because the Eagles are not they're not moving him and they're not chopping him at all. So yeah, this is very intriguing stuff. I hope that this report is right because AJ should be in Philly next year. He should be playing for the Eagles. I am not moving AJ Brown. I am very against it. So yes, this is very good stuff. What do you think?
I think. I mean, yeah, they're probably not gonna shop him, but I'm sure they're gonna get calls for sure. So the only way he's gone, like, maybe if they get like blown away, maybe. But we'll see.
Right,
I mean,
right,
if no one's offering a one, they won't get blown away. So they'll probably just end up
right,
keeping him. But I said yesterday, I said, this saga won't, like, this all won't be over until week one, and he's up in pads getting ready for the game because it's just gonna continue over and over and over again. Especially
right,
if they do get calls, and obviously as a GM, you have it's your job to entertain those calls and see what you can So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be very very interesting, and
right,
if he's not traded by like the summer, then he'll probably be back. Because I feel like the Eagles won't do it at post draft. Because I feel
right.
like they would want to
It
get
doesn't.
picks. So
It financially does not make sense either to do it
yes, it's also true.
before the draft, and it makes a tiny bit more sense to do it post June 1st, but still not a great situation either. So overall, financially, doesn't make sense to get rid of AJ Brown, nor that he ever say that he wanted to be traded. I mean, this is all just it's all just made up by Philly media and sports radio and all this other BS. So
Yeah,
it's like he never said ever. We just saw. I can't remember if we talked about this on the last podcast, but he was just on the Gridiron podcast
yeah,
with
we did
Micah
talk about, yep,
saying
with
that he's
Micah, yep.
excited. He's excited for next year, and he's open to all the changes, and so it's like, and he loves Philly and loves the fans and
The
how the
accountability.
accountability and stuff. Yeah, so it's like, all right, you want to be here, we're gonna run it up. So
Yeah.
and yeah, so yeah, not finance doesn't financially make sense, and nothing I'd really give right now for AJ Brown. Now I do have a master plan
Oh, here we go.
of what can happen in the future to potentially when you're ready to move off of AJ Brown. There's a whole
Oh yeah,
I
sir. I
have
know
a
this one. Yep.
whole master plan behind of what we could do to potentially get off of AJ Brown when the time maybe comes. But I can't reveal that right now. That'll be revealed at a later time if the time ever
Near
comes.
draft day. Near
So
draft day. Near draft day.
yeah. So that's there's a whole master plan, but we'll see. We'll see if that master plan ever needs to be talked about.
If
So
it comes to fruition,
anyway, if it comes to fruition. But yeah, man, I mean, that's that's the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles, the failures and how you can fix it going forward. Um I guess probably the two best games of the year. I guess that Rams comeback was absolutely incredible,
yeah, that was cool. I remember
and
that one.
the Vikings game was pretty cool too. Hurts having a perfect passer rating against the best pass defense in the league at the time. So yeah, those were probably the best two. And then games that were absolutely torturous to watch were definitely the Chicago game and
Oh
definitely
man, yeah.
that Chargers game and the playoff game, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty much everything with Eagles right now and what's going on, how you can fix it, and I haven't really done my draft research yet. So I don't really know what they're really going to go after in the draft. I'd assume offensive line, corners, safety help,
We'll
all
do
that other
mock again.
stuff.
We'll do another mock. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
We
we'll
did that
do
last
another
year.
mock. But yeah, I assume going forward, now you're going to start seeing the Eagles pay pay the defensive guys that they've been drafting for the past few years now. They're going to start getting paid, and then you're going to see the opposite of that. You're going to see guys on offense. They're going to start going young on offense, like they went young on defense for the past however many years, and they let the offense carry. But now you're probably going to see the opposite. You're going to see
Yeah.
defensive guys get paid, and you're going to see the offense. We're going to see younger on the offense. So, and that's
Yeah.
part of my master plan down the road. So, you know,
Good.
I know Ethan loves my master plan.
Yeah,
So,
it's a little tease to it. We were at a card show and we were looking for a specific person, a part of
yeah,
that
we were
master
looking.
plan. We found it. How much was it? I forget. How much was it?
Yep. So, yeah, it was like a $950 card,
Oh
something like
yes, it
that.
was. Dude, that guy was out of his mind. Fuck that guy. Yeah, that guy
Yeah,
was
that guy
crazy.
was
No.
crazy. I mean, yeah, but yeah, we were. There's definitely a master plan down the road to how we go young on offense and pay defense. So, but that'll be talked about, like I said, at a later date. But anyway, that was a very long episode.
Oh yeah, it's like hour
But
and
we
10.
we pretty much covered everything that needed to be covered. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys could sit through it. Listen, give us your thoughts. How the Cowboys can fix their team and how the Eagles can fix their team. We would love to hear. So
Yep.
anyway, we're gonna get up out of here. We make sure you guys you like, comment, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Follow the socials, and we'll see you in the next one.
All hail the punchable face
Peace.
guy.